Good morning, everyone. It's Mr. Martin here on the 30th of March, 2020 with your grammar lesson for today. So let's go ahead and get out our grammar passage. Let me make sure mine is out. 1 second. There we go. So just like we did last week, we talked about the passage water from below. We have our central idea. Let's read that back really quickly, and then we're going to go ahead and look at the last three questions for this passage today. Aquifers are underground sources of water. They are important and must be protected. Beautiful. We know that we're editing because right here it says cups, and when we have cups, we know that we're editing a passage. We've already done questions 1, 2, and 3. So today, or sorry, 7, 8, 9. So today we're just gonna look at 10, 11, and 12. And then on Wednesday, we'll be starting something different. So let me go ahead and put this here like that, just so we know it is cups. Okay. So question number 10. What change, if any, should be made in sentence 11? As always, sentence 11. I know if it says what change, if any, it's asking me a cups question. So let me go back. One aquifer in Texas is the Edwards Aquifer. One aquifer in Texas is the Edwards Aquifer. I see an issue there, and I want to give you about 30 seconds. That's a little long. About 15 seconds to see if you can figure out what the issue is with this sentence. One aquifer in Texas is the Edwards Aquifer. The Edwards Aquifer is what? It is the name of a specific aquifer, right? And if it's a name of something, what kind of noun is that, guys? If you said a proper noun, you are correct. And with proper nouns, they should be capitalized, right? Because it's the name of something. So that capital E, capital A. Let's go back and see if we can see anything that addresses that proper noun not being capitalized. And if we look right here, it says any proper nouns, right? So change one to one. So this is one as in singular. This is like one as in I won something. That's not talking about it. Change is to R. It says one of them is. R will be plural. So we're only talking about one aquifer. Up. Change Edwards Aquifer lowercase to Edwards Aquifer capitalized, right? Because it is a proper noun. Question mark. And then we already have a question mark, so we know it's not make no change. This one, your IKB should be easy. I'm going to give you about 10 seconds. What should your IKB be? I know because. All right, I know because, and I'm going to abbreviate. Edwards Aquifer is a proper noun. Period. Right? Edwards Aquifer is a proper noun. Let's go to number 11. What change, if any, should be made in sentence number 13? Always circling my key. Go back to sentence number 13. Because I don't memorize these, I just go back and read it again. People in many cities like San Antonio, Texas, get water from this aquifer. People in many cities like those in San Antonio, Texas, get water from this aquifer. Okay. Didn't see anything blatantly wrong there. It jumped out to me, but I'm going to go back. Change cities to cities. So that's one thing too. We could go to dictionary.com and we talked about and see which spelling is correct. So I want you to take about 20, 30 seconds. If you have dictionary.com next to you on your tablet, or if you have a paper dictionary, see which one is the correct spelling. All right, if you said C-I-T-I-E-S is the correct spelling, you would be right. This is not a word. So that one doesn't make sense, right? Add a quotation mark after aquifer. When do we use quotation marks, guys? When do we use quotation marks? If I'm talking in quotation marks, when do I use those? Correct, when someone is talking. Let's see if there's anyone talking there. Anything to quote there. People in many cities like those, no one's talking. So would I use a quotation mark if no one is talking? Nope. Add a comma after San Antonio. San Antonio, Texas. Ah, San Antonio, Texas. What is San Antonio? What is that in Texas? San Antonio is a what? It's a city, right? And if we look at punctuation right here, we have to add commas sometimes, and commas always go between cities and the state that the city's in. Dallas, Texas, San Antonio, Texas. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, right? So let's go back and look. Wrong way. Add comma after San Antonio. There's a question mark there. And then D's make no change, but we already have a question mark because we know we have that city state and we have to put that comma there between them. So the correct answer is what, guys? Correct, C. Go ahead and write your I know because first. So I'm gonna put I know because we put a comma between the city and state. Okay, I got a little blurry there. Let's see if I can clear it up. Sorry, guys. Okay, oh, my W looks crazy. We put a comma between the city and state. We always put a comma between city and state when we're writing that. Last one. Last one, I want you to take about a minute to do it by yourself, and then we're gonna come back and I wanna see if we got the right answer, if we got the correct answer. So I'm gonna give you a minute or so to read it, circle the key parts, figure out the answer, and figure out your IKB, and then I'm gonna go back and do it my way. All right. So the first thing you should have done was to circle the sentence. What changes Finney should make in sentence 16. Second step, you should have gone back to the sentence. There is also less water in an aquifer when people use too much of an aquifer's water. There is also less water in an aquifer when people use too much of an aquifer's water. Now, if you were reading that carefully, you would have noticed something about aquifer, an aquifer's water. Where does the water come from? The water comes from the aquifer. So if it's the aquifer's water, where does the water belong? Like Mr. Martin's computer, Miss Cole's homeroom, right? The belonging, the possession of the water goes to the aquifer. So this S right here, aquifer's water, is not talking about more than one aquifer. It's talking about the water that belongs to that aquifer. So what do we put there if we have a possessive? What do we put for possessive? If you said a comma, you are correct, right? A comma, aquifer's water belongs to them. So I would have highlighted that, excuse me. And then I'm gonna go back right here. And what change, if any, should be made in sentence 16? Okay, change there to there. So uppercase there to lowercase there. Well, that's the beginning of the sentence. I don't think I would have a lowercase word to start my sentence. That's never correct. Add comma after less. Let's see. There's also less comma water. Is there a let's comma water? I'm not breaking up two different clauses. I'm not introducing any new subjects or breaking down my objects. No, there's no comma needed. Change aquifers to aquifers. Ah, that apostrophe S there, that possession, we already talked about that. And then we know make no change is not an option because we found an issue. So I know because, and what did we talk about? I said I know because the water belongs to the aquifer. We need apostrophe S to show, scoot it up, to show possessive. Okay. Go ahead and take about 20 seconds, making sure you've copied down everything that I have here. Number 10 was H, 11 was C, and 12 was H again. All right, thanks guys for having some grammar with me this morning. We hope you are doing wonderfully at home and ready for another exciting week of learning. Have a good day. Take care, guys.